Okay, I hope everyone here is for Azure BI Data Factory. Is anyone looking for any other tools like MSBI, Power BI, or other Tableau, Informatica? This is completely a data factory data engineer course. If anyone looking for any reporting tools or other Informatica tools, then that will be other sessions will be taken care by other management or other sirs. Myself, I'll take completely on Azure BI and one of the module from the MSBI called SSIS ETL. So in this course, we will completely discussing more on the ETL functionality. Okay, so how to process the data, how to work with the different formats of data, how to get from the different sources, how to manage it, how to build into a proper information. This is all we are doing under this Azure Data Engineer process. So under this, the main key role is data factory. For that, there is a lot of opportunity on data factory. If you know this module, also you have a lot of opportunity currently under Azure. Because the data factory older version is SSIS, that is from one of the module from MSBA course. That is your SSIS module. Okay, so this is completely a ETL process. Under that, we are more discussing on data factory, how to create a pipelines, management, monitoring, scheduling, how to make it alerts. This is all we are discussing under the data factory. So mostly there is a 2 months of course. Under that, not only we are discussing about the data factory, we have other modules like different services in Azure, like your Azure Storages account, Azure Data Lake, Azure Data Analytics, your Azure SQL. Under SQL, again, we have different modules, SQL Database, SQL Managed Instance, SQL in VM, creation of VMs, management, code merging by using GitHub and ARM templates, different Databricks process, Azure migrations, connecting to the reportings through Power BI. Different services are there. So in the company, when you go for interview, even for data factory also, or for data engineer, we don't know what module they're going to give you. But the 95% is we will working on data factory ETL, either the development, either the change request or support, or based on your experience, you can go for data factory monitoring. That will decide in your company based on your experience. Okay, that I'm going to explain you how to manage in the internal because I have a complete 10 plus years of experience in IT. I was started with SQL development, monitoring there. I worked with the different companies. I started working with Wipro in SQL development. Then I was moved to IBM where I was involved in MSBI stack. Then I was from last 6 years, I was working with Digitrol. That is one of the company which taken over by the Cisco company. So where I was handling two projects, APAC and EMEA region, complete telecommunication project. The same project I'm going to help you, because nobody will see what sort of project you're working. He is going to ask your role and responsibility on daily basis. So I was currently working as an assistant manager, where I have involved into two different teams, cloud and on-premises. Both we are working. We are shifting to migrations from on-premises to the cloud. And some of the clients are requirement on to maintain those information under the on-premises. So at the same time, we need to maintain in the cloud also. At the same time, we need to maintain in on-premises also. Yes, the maintenance is less in the cloud compared to on-premises. In the on-premises, everyone is required, separate team is required, dedicated team is required to maintain. But in cloud, Microsoft is going to take. So that part I'll explain you in detail level. The advantage, disadvantages of this cloud. Before that, we'll understand some basic topic, then I'll jump to the practically. This practically we'll see how to create and manage. So before that, I just want to know, is anyone here can tell me what is BI and what is the BA process? So this is very important when you're working with as a BI developer. What is BI and what is BI? Then we'll see what is the cloud, and then we'll see what are the cloud providers. Market currently. So anyone here who know what is BA or BA process, what we can do there or what we do there? Anyone know? Experience?
No,
No one know? I hope you people have been at least did R&D why we are moving for Azure BA, why we are going for BA. I hope anyone suggested you people to go for this course, or some people who are already working in the some X companies, they want to migrate to the cloud. That may be the reason. Who want to start with this BA? That may be the reason. No one know what is BA? Because there are a lot of tools there in the market about the BA. There are many tools are there in the BA. There are many tools there in the BA. With that tools, we can develop the BA process. Your example is like your Power BI, your MSBA stack. Under MSBI, you have SSIS, RA, CES, this Cognos, Informatica, then Tableau, then ClickView, then you have other SAP tools. Then one of the tool is cloud tool is Data Factory, AWS tools is Blue, some Blue is there, some AWS tool is there equal to, and some other tools are there. Data stage something is there. So different tools are there in the market. So guys, please mute your mics. If any doubts, I'll answer your questions. Okay. So whoever is joined just now, kindly please share your details in the chat box meantime, so that I can forward you this recording and the coming next recording with the documents. So whoever is joined just now, please share your details in the chat box. Okay. All right. So there are a lot of tools over there in the market currently, with the reporting tools, with the ETL tools, and again the Microsoft release. These are the Microsoft products. Microsoft again release concept called Azure BA, Azure Data Factory, and other tools it has been released in terms of cloud services. So you no need to install anything. Everything you will be working under cloud. So before going to any sort of BI tool, see, people are jumping from one tool to another tool because of some, maybe the salary hike, maybe the opportunity, maybe the company switching. So if you know the basic groundwork of your BI process, what BI people do, how we going to do with the data, with the different formats, then you can in future, in case you got a new tools also, you can easily jump. But I was working from the last 10 year on this tool, SSIS ETL, that is one of the MSBI stack. If that tool is working from the last 20 years, then you can think that is just a structured data we can process. Just structure. So then you can think this data factory which help you with the different formats of data, either the structure, semi-structure, or structure. So this is completely help you on a different formats of data to manage. If that tool exercise model can be performed from last 20 years, then you can think how big market it is. So before going to this, you need to understand the process. If you understand the process, you can go any other tools. So right now we are working with a Microsoft product that is a user-friendly product. Always, whatever the product you go with Microsoft, the SQL Server, MSBI, Power BI, Azure, Cloud, Data Factory, these all are user-friendly products. So Microsoft release such products, even the non-technical persons also can able to easily learn or can grab easily. So less coding, there will be a less coding and more development is there. So before going to this one, we need to understand the process. If you understand the process, it will be easy. This is completely a BI process. This is the complete BI process. So this is a high level of picture that we going to explain to client how we get the data, how to process. So example, let me explain you the example. Then we'll see the practical same. So current systems, let's example, I'm not going to give you technically today, I'll just give you some basic examples so that you people can easily understand. Okay. I hope you people go visited some supermarket, some D-Mart or Walmart, whatever it is. If you go and you will purchasing some products there, right? You'll be purchasing product as a customers. What we do at the end of this one, you will be doing some billing, right? You will be going for billing. If you go to the counter, there will be having some application in their system that was developed in Java, .NET, C#, whatever the language it is. So the moment you do the barcode or some billing, all information will be captured in the system, right? The billing, the product details, the quantity, the price, the discount amount, the actual amount, these all are will be captured. And once it is submitted, what will happen? Once we submit the button, that information will saved in the system. And this information may be saved in terms of the system, in the terms of the system, or it may be saved in different formats. It may be saved in terms of files. In terms of files, it may be a CSV, TXT, tab separated value, or Excel. It may be some JSON. Sorry, these are structure format. It may be semi-structure like JSON, Parquet, HTML, XML, whatever it is. Or maybe some companies they use databases. Maybe they use a Microsoft database, maybe MySQL, MS SQL, Oracle, or whatever it is. Depend upon the company to company, other budgets. Or it may be they use a cloud platform. They may use cloud platform. They may use a data lake. They may use the databases. They may use Azure SQL, or they may use some other storages, blob storages, or other storages. Depend upon the company to company, their budget. So this storages we call here as live storages. We call as OLTP storages, online transactions processing storage. So whatever the information you submit, here, when the morning the store will start with 9 a.m. and it will close at 10 p.m. This all information, the moment you submit, that information will pass through and saved it this information to in the databases or whatever the storages. So if you allocated 250 GB and it must be stored within the 250 GB. If it's a 500, you will be allocated 500 GB and that will be max limit. If you want to change, that will be high complex again. So this all are completely investing by some other users or business team. They are investing a lot of money on the business. So they want to start, they started with Hyderabad location. They want to start with Pune. Before going to Pune, they want to do some analysis. Same business, they want to start with the Pune, in a Pune location, but they want to do some sort of analysis. They want to take some decisions. So to take some decisions, they required, what they required? They required information in form of reports. In form of reports. How information you will get? In form of data. How the data may be? It may be a different formats. It may be structure, as I said, semi-structure or unstructured. If I simply give them the different format, they may not understand. And this data also coming from different places, or different sources, you can say. It may be a database, it may be a MySQL, it may be a structure, it may be some files, it may be a JSON, it may be a Parquet or any other formats. So to provide a proper report, we need to go through this all information. Directly we cannot provide. So to take the decision, they first look the report. In the report, they will find some information. That information will develop in a form of data. The data may be again different formats. See, this all step by step we are following, because if I directly provide him the data, he may not understand. Business team will not understand. If I directly give him these different formats, they'll not understand. Even the structured data also, if I provide in form of rows and columns, so this is the rows and this is the column data, they'll not understand, because there's a millions of transactions on daily basis. So we need to make a simple in a form of graph, up and down, by seeing that they can understand, okay, this is my revenue, x-axis, y-axis, my going high or going down, the product wise, the revenue wise. We need to help them. So to help them, first we required this all process. That is what. So this data may come different formats. So even though if I save in the database also, earlier if you say 10 years back, we are hiring the SQL developer. Why? Because they write us some select query for me and they fetch the data from the live databases and they help them in a form of graph. They'll put in the graph or they'll put in Excel and they'll share the data to the client. But now everything is automation. So the SQL developers jobs are less than the BA. We are using a SQL, but in the BA process. So now Even though if they ask you to take the decision, they want the last 10 years of information, 10 years of data. They want 10 years of data. As per the service level agreement, generally we have a client. With the client, when we start a project, we first question, we ask them how much data or how much, how many years of data that you ask to store. So mostly they say 10 years or 5 years. But you have to maintain. If suddenly they ask you 10 years, you have to give them 10 years of data. Because of they want to do some promotion, they want to give offers. So you have to maintain the information. How you maintain? I cannot maintain the 10 years of data in the live database. We cannot maintain the historical data in the live database. Anyone know why we don't maintain the historical data in the live database? Anyone know here? We cannot maintain. Here only max to max 1 day. Here only we can maintain 1 day data. Max to max, rarely max to max 3 or 1 week, like last 1 week, not more than that. So 1 day or max to max 1 week, max to max. But my company we store only 1 or 2 days, not more than that in the live database. And you know what is the reason for that? Why we don't store the huge volume of data in the live databases? Anyone here? So generally,
To make the query faster, to retrieve the data on the daily basis, to check the data of the ongoing transaction fast. That is
yes,
the
correct. That is one of the point. And yes, because what happening here in the systems, it is performing some DML operations, as you said, correct? Here we are performing DML operations like insert, querying, update, delete. So mostly we do the DML operations on the live servers, not the select. So what we are doing when somebody comes to get a new product, they will insert the information. And somebody they want to return the product, we update them or delete them. So these transactions are happening in the live server. When these transactions are happening, so if you have a huge volume of data, even though you maintain a proper indexes, proper tuning, still we don't maintain on live server the huge volume of data because of each record it has to search and have to go and update. It takes longer time. And at the same time, you cannot do the query also. When the transactions are running, there may be chance of blocking, there may be chance of performance lagging. So after 10 p.m. when the system is idle, you do the query. But your client will not wait for 10 p.m. He want immediate effect. He want immediately report. So that is what we are doing in any company, not only our company, any company you go right now. That is what the BI process and BI jobs are evergreen. So wherever the business start, BI developers are required, data analysts are required, data engineers are required, data factory or data ETL people are required. Because those people, what they do, they manage a separate process, automation process. Yes, there is a development, more development, automation, easy way they maintain. So example, because if it is a one case, I can help them. Okay, it is a one database only, I can help them. In rare cases, at 10 p.m. I can do that. But if the data is coming from the JSON, Parquet, semi-structure, unstructured, I cannot manage it. That will be more complex. So what we are doing as a BA developers or BA process, end-to-end process, we are maintaining it. We are extracting this data. After 10 p.m., I'll maintain one job here. I'll create a packages pipeline. It may be a packages, SSIS ETL packages. It may be a data factory, pipelines, which going to extract, which going to transform, and then this going to load into various systems. various systems. Whatever the data you provide, it going to perform, it going to extract, and this data will be stored under your data warehouse, where you can store a historical data, that is your data warehouse, you can say, or OLAP system, you can say. That is the readable data only here. We only do the select operations, and you can manage the historical data, years of data, years of data. So every day after 10 p.m., we're going to schedule it. Your job is like a chef work. What generally people chef, what he will do in the hotels, whatever you give him the, let's suppose he wants to cook some chicken. What he will do, he will first wash that food, he will clean it, he will put some sort of ingredients, he will put some sort of logics, then he will start cooking that food. The same work you do here. Whatever the data gets, you first clean them, you extract them, get them, perform some logics, perform some transformations. Then finally you're going to load that in the data warehouse or databases. Then what other people will do? Your other management will serve that food to client. The same way, our management, whoever is sitting after cooking that food, the management, they will serve that food in a form of different tools, whether it is a Power BI, whether it is a SSRS, whether it's a Tableau or other tools. They will extract this data from data warehouse. The same query, whatever the query you are returning, the same query they will put in the reports. You no need to do manual work. So it may be any reporting sort of reporting, Power BI, report tools where you can write a select query, SQL query, where you can do some SSRS reports, some other Tableau or other reports. Not only this one, if here also you can talk, here also you have a huge volume of data. Sir, why? Here also it takes a lot of time. Here also you have millions of transactions, millions of data. How come it is easy to process? Here also will take some time to read the data, right? When we talk about one day data, it taking longer time. Then here in the data warehouse, there's a historical data. Definitely it will take some time. So that is the reason to quick report, because client will not wait. Again, you write, whenever you perform open the report, graphical reports, it go and hit the background, the SQL query. And in response, it will give you some proper designed report. But client will not wait for this to run the query. That is the reason, again, ETL developer, what they're doing, they are managing some other databases, data marts, summary databases. These are the data marts. They are maintaining separate data marts, or they are maintaining some summaries data, or they are maintaining some cubes. So these all are tricks to manage your faster reports. So users will not wait this much of time. So these are the tricks that they have to use to process your report faster, to manage your report faster. Okay, it may be again, these all the places are required ETL. Here is required ETL to load the data. Here is required ETL to load the data. Here is required ETL to load the data. This is the aggregated data, summary data. This is again calculated data. This is the data mats, specific data as client is required. Let's suppose they want only Pune, they'll maintain. They want just USA client USA data, they maintain. India region, they maintain. So from there, instead of going data warehouse, they can directly take a data from the cube, data from the summary data from the data marts. So if you see here how more work that we have as a ETL or data engineer process, these are the data engineer process. End to end, we are doing it. So that is what nowadays there is no job with a reporting just for learning the report tool going. There is no job. If you take a combination of having the reporting and some ETL knowledge, then that will be work. But right now there is no direct jobs for the reporting, neither the Power BI or SSR anything. The required must carry the ETL knowledge, because if the data is not provided, what these people will do? There is no work for these people. If any issues comes also, they will forward to the ETL developer, because you are managing the data. You are extracting this data. After 10 p.m., I am going to schedule this one. After 10 p.m., I am going to schedule early morning 3 a.m. Automatically, it will load, extract the data, load the data for one-time logic, and automatically load the data, and data will be ready. So this is the everyday scheduled. So that is what, when we develop some pipeline or package on daily basis, it's going to run. Automatically, this is a one-time development. Daily basis, it extract the data from different formats, extract, and then it loads the data to the different places. Okay. So this is how we work with a BI end-to-end process. So if you understand this process, then we can same thing, we can go for the practical. This is completely on-premises setup. This is completely, we're discussing about on-premises. We didn't discuss about the cloud. So Microsoft release, see, to set up this also, we required some systems, we required storages, separate maintenance team is required. If I, as I said you earlier, if 250 GB is there, if you want to increase to 500 GB, that is a big challenges again, because system will support or not. I'm just giving example 500, because we store in the TBs in real time. Each drive will be on TBs, terabytes, not 250, not GBs. TBs will be there in each and every drive. I'll show you my project where each drive will be a TBs. Okay. Yeah, I'm just giving you 250 GB, but let's suppose you want to increase 500 GB. It is very difficult. You have to put external, your system will support or not, infrastructure will support or not, or it may be even though you added 500 GB, again your system will work as earlier or not, we don't know. So a lot of things are required, a lot of research are required, a lot of things are required. So that is what maintenance cost will increase here. And the ETL also you need to install, you need to purchase, database license are required. If you're going for database, SQL Server is not a free of cost. There are different editions are there. Enterprise there, standard is there, developer is there, express is there. You have to pay to the Microsoft to purchase a license, and it is very costly. So these all are completely paid versions. What Microsoft releases is that you no need to purchase any sort of services, no sort of softwares. You want to open the project, you want to work with the project, whether it's a startup project, is a real-time project, whatever it is. What Microsoft is saying that we develop one platform, they develop one platform. On that platform, they are providing you all sort of services, all sort of services. Whether you want a system, VM, we are going to provide you. Whether you want to storages or whatever the storages you want, a data warehouse, data lake, a big storages, a data center, completely they are providing you. You want a softwares, ETL, a very beautiful ETL tools they are providing you, where you can manage any format of data with any connectivity. You want a databases, you don't need to purchase database, whatever the versions, editions you want, we are providing you. So this all you can purchase, like same how you generally purchase your Flipkart, Amazon, you purchase some product, you have to pay the product money. Here you're just going to use same way, you're going to order them, but this time you're going to use as a rental purpose. You're going to use as rental purpose. Generally, how you stay in the rent house. If you go some other location, you will stay some rent house for that particular time. The same way here also, you will be paying as a rental for these services. We don't call software, we call, in terms of software, we call services. You pay some rental, how much time you are using it. How much time you're using it, you're going to pay for that. That is what we call here a subscription called pay as you go. You no need to purchase any product. If your project is 3 months, you pay only for 3 months. Rest the client will take care about it. So this platform name they're giving is as Azure. So when you go to the azure.com or portal.azure.com, this is a place completely you are developing it. Portal.azure.com or azure.com. So you require some subscription. Generally, you have Netflix, Amazon. What you do without subscription, you cannot go and watch the movie. The same way, you require some subscription here. Without that, you cannot log in. Microsoft giving you free subscription and they're giving you 200 USD dollars for free. With that 200 USD dollars, you can purchase whatever the product you want to order. Product in the sense like database, like data factory, data lake, databases, reportings. You can order them with the 200 USD dollars. Okay, with the 200 USD dollars for the promotion purpose, the Microsoft are added 200 USD dollars. With that, you can order any sort of product. And you can develop same sort of architecture in the cloud level. So they are divided, this platform is divided into different, again, sub platforms like software as a service, platform as a service, infrastructure as a service. Generally, when you go to Amazon, Flipkart, what you see the categorization. You have a clothing, electronic products, separate gadgets, different categories you will find there. Here you will find those products, those softwares under these platforms. Software as a service, platform as a service, infrastructure as a service. Infrastructure, physical involvement. So everything you are doing within the cloud only, you are working complete development under this portal. You no need to worry about what is happening in the backend. Yes, definitely you are storing in the cloud, you are acting like a virtually. Generally, how you store your data in the Google Drive, G Drive. You store in G Drive up to 15 GB, right? You store the data up to 15 GB, you store it. But your document images, where physical it's storing, we don't know. But in Google Drive, everything you're storing up to 15 GB. The same way, here also backend, Microsoft team will be working on behalf of you and you can select your data center here. Data center you can select. Wherever you are storing some data, you can select your data center backend. And based on this data center, you can go and you can do some auditing year end. So the data center option is provided by Microsoft. You want your project to be hosted in the US, you can host the software. If you want to host in the UK, you can host. And you can go and audit that data center also, how they are maintaining, in what level they are maintaining, what securities they are maintaining. That is company level of information, okay? We don't require. But while creating anything you want to create, anything you want to order, you have to specify the data center. This is a general, this is a common. You have to mention it. Okay, that in company KT session they'll give you where to use the data center. All right. So this is some basic information about your BI process. And for this prerequisite is basic SQL is required. Basic SQL is required. That is a basic SQL is required. So same way we do the practical. I'll show you practically. We'll do this example in next class. Same picture we'll do in the next class. How to extract the data. Structure on structure. How to process through user ETL tool. How to load it. How to generate reports. How to extract from on-premises. These things we'll do in the practically in the next same picture. I show a detail level here. This is the same simple picture. Okay, this will do in the next class. So I hope everyone shared your details. Anyone missed out your details, so please provide your details. I'll forward this recording.